actually sure how long you've been a friend of ours, but thank you for that beautiful song and then for performing today here at the way home. And please help yourself, grab some lunch, and thank you so much for traveling 2 hours here. So it's partners like Katie Rose and many of you that we can do everything that we do here at the way home. So my name is Bianca Bodwin. I am the Development and Operations Director here at the way home. I'd like to welcome you to the 2019 Annual Meet-In Garden Party and Transitional Live-In Graduation. It's an exciting day for us, and we're very happy to have everybody here. And a special thanks to Hans Kissel and Whole Foods for donating the majority of our food today. Jacques Flowers for all of our flowers and bouquets. MFI Productions, they let us borrow this podium today. And Katie Rose for performing for us today. Our continued partnership with the City of Manchester. Salam Interpretation Services for offering services to our clients. Really Creative for creating our program and a lot of the bits and pieces that went behind the scenes, the invite, and everything that we do to make sure that our image is united. Chris Dugan, our fundraising and public relations consultant. And Primerica Whitplay specifically for letting us borrow all these fantastic tables so that we could actually, we like to save money whenever possible, so that way we could have more money towards our mission. So thank you to all of our supporters that are here today. And if I've missed anybody, thank you. I'd like to welcome up Mary Sliney, our Executive Director and Founder.
When I'm behind the podium, I'm even shorter than when I am otherwise, so I'll come out a little bit. And we try to bring a beautiful day as we gather all of our friends and associates together to celebrate the incredible journey that our families take with us as we walk with them through the steps to success in their own lives, and sometimes coming from very, very hard, very challenging, very painful situations. And their willingness to let us in and share their stories with us, to give us the chance to learn from them as we walk together on this journey. And I am deeply grateful for all of the years and the opportunity that all of the families in the greater Manchester area who the way home has been part of their journey towards their steps to success. So I just want everyone just to give another round of applause for what has been 31 years of incredible service to those most in need in our city.
So I think we get going with the program.
We get going with the program.
Right.
And Bianca here is our guide through this entire process. So we'll dance back and forth here.
My phone is on, but you know how things do happen at the mayor's office, so it does seem that the mayor's office was not able to attend. And if they come in a little bit later, we can work them in because we adjust and adapt. So we're going to begin our recognition. Last year we had started a recognition program here at the Way Home at our 30th celebration, but we thought it would be really nice to actually adapt it to our garden party instead. It's a nice smaller event, and we really want to recognize our community partners, our staff, our volunteers, those people that have really made a difference to help move the mission forward here at the Way Home. Over the years, over the past 31 years, and maybe even some currently today. So I will bring Mary up here to talk a little bit about our Community Partner Award.
one of our early partners in the evolution of the Way Home has been St. Mary's Bank. Um, the framing initially of our logo to go along with when we finally got smart enough to realize that we weren't getting too far when we were only known as the Security Deposit Loan Fund of Greater Manchester, Inc., and went through a process of changing our name that was much more reflective of our quest, which is recognizing that everyone needs a safe, affordable home, and let's move forward together to create that. And so we had early board presidents guiding us from St. Mary's Bank, volunteer time, effort, and one of the partnerings over the years has been working with some of St. Mary's Bank's special projects as a credit union to be able to help lower income folks access and meet some basic needs. And so they had a special loan program that they worked through nonprofits, and the Way Home was a key player in that venture. In more recent years, we had a dramatic event here where during the hard winter of 2015, when we had a flood through our building and we had to relocate everybody, St. Mary's Bank donated to us the office space at their branch on the DW Highway, and that created a space for some executive office activity to go on while our direct service folks were farmed out in various locations. And through this process of the partnership and our more recent board member, Courtney Benet, with St. Mary's Bank, who's been really helping us to keep visioning and shaping our future. So we really felt this was a most important time to say they are indeed our 2019 community partner.
So I actually didn't have an opportunity to work my way completely around the garden. And I know Courtney is not here, but we have Michelle.
Yes.
We met via email.
Yes.
Michelle,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna hold on. Let me hand this back to Mary.
Right. How many hands can
Right?
we use at the same time? So, come over first.
So thank you, Michelle, for joining us today. We are honored that we have a representative here from St. Mary's Bank, and thank you for everything that you do to help shape this community and make it a better place, and for helping the Way Home.
You guys.
Thank you. Would you like to? I'm sorry. Would you like to say anything?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Hold this for you. I
Yeah.
promise I'll give it back.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle from St. Mary's Bank. We are so humbled to receive the Community Award today, but truly we are so thrilled to be part of this organization. As a credit union, we're always looking for ways to give people financial independence, and the Way Home does that with the most important first step of giving them a home. But what's truly special is that not only do they have that first step, but they continue providing resources for their clients and giving them the skills to continue to be successful. So St. Mary's Bank has been a longtime partner, as you heard, and we are thrilled to continue our support in the future. So thank you again, and congratulations to the graduates today.
Our next award is the Compassion Award. And I'm going to bring up Mary again because I know that she can share this story very, very, very well.
And I'm going to ask Diane Pitts to come and join me. So we did keep this award as a secret award. Diane is just finally fully retiring from her work here at the Way Home. And in many ways, I consider Diane a co-founder Um, Diane, I got to know Diane as part of the women's leadership group in a group called Women in Search of Hope. And Women in Search of Hope was inspired by work being done by the Sisters of Mercy, who saw the opportunity with the closing of a school nearby here to utilize that space for creating a space where there could be on-site childcare while the moms worked on their own personal development opportunities. And with Diane, there was this incredible giftedness already right there present. So at the point in time when the creation and the bringing forward of the need to address access to housing for very low-income households, and leaders in the community contacted Women in Search of Hope and say, hey, this is going on and somebody from your group should be there. And so I got to be the one to be there, but I was only there because of folks like Diane and what I was learning and the connections that were being made. So right away in December of 1986, the inspiration, Diane, you were bringing that forward as we created the tools that eventually became the way home. It was only within a couple of years after us getting established in our services that Diane became available to work with us as a housing counselor. And one of the teases that when we had a very small space to operate out of several times, there was the group workroom, there was the room for someone to come in to meet the person doing intake, and then there was the private office for the one-on-one counseling and hearing in the heartfelt, compassionate way that Diane's giftedness just created the most amazing environment for people to open up and tell most difficult stories. Diane always had the private office. Yep. She just did. It was the right thing to do, no matter where we were. And Diane, you carried, when we finally were able to open this beautiful facility here, and on the welcoming space of creating a welcoming environment, no matter what issues, what pain, what stories, what opportunities were being carried in the heart of the folks. Yay! That people came in the door with, you made sure that all of us on the first floor at the Housing Resource Center here were maintaining that same spirit of welcoming, openness, and yet at the same time, Diane never let us get away or let anyone get away with not facing some deep challenges. Sometimes when we had like a challenging phone call, Diane, we need to call this landlord up and we really need to talk them through something. Diane, we need to contact this tenant, and they're not understanding their role in taking responsibility for what's going on. Diane would leave them loving her at the same time of communicating a very difficult message. And so it's that wonderful balance, that compassion, which is so different from feeling sorry for someone. It's feeling with them and walking with them and taking on the hard steps with them. Would you like to say something?
I think you've said it all.
I want everyone to thank Diane for all the wonderful gifts that she has brought us. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, this is fun. Now you see why you weren't driving yourself.
Congratulations, Diane. would like to invite up Mayor Joyce Craig to say a few words.
Thank you so much for being here.
You kind of have a lot going on, so we understand. We adjust and adapt.
Thank you. I apologize for being a few minutes late, but it's so great to be here with all of you and to thank Mary and all of the staff and volunteers here at the Way Home for all that you do for individuals, and to congratulate the families and individuals who have graduated from this wonderful program and who are being recognized today. You know, when I got here, Mary was talking about being welcoming and being open, and she teaches by leading by example. It's really amazing what the Way Home does for our community members, and I'm so grateful for Mary and again all of the staff here for your being open and welcoming and just reaching out to our community and all that you do. So thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you so much, Mayor Joyce Craig. So next we have our Community Hero Award. A community hero, someone that inspires us and lifts us to the next level, that's willing to go that extra mile to make an impact in our community. We left that with a couple question marks because we wanted to keep a surprise. So I am going to invite Miss Mary Sliney back up to present our Community Hero Award.
And I would like to invite Rick Blay to come forward. Rick? So for anyone who doesn't know, this is Rick's old neighborhood.
My old church.
It's his old church, and apparently you used to, I don't know if it was disciplinary action from the nuns, or you were being of service. You volunteered.
To work in the convent.
To work in the convent. So, so Rick has a huge history with the care and concern, and he reminded me fairly recently when I was trying to get some messaging from my housing counseling team, and when I sent out, how do we get this word across to, you know, get more landlords to connect with us, because this is a very hot housing market. It's a tough housing market, and we've got folks who need a second chance. And one of your messages, Rick, was you hit them at the pocketbook. That's important, yeah, but don't forget, landlords have a heart too.
Yep.
And that again is sort of like representative of our journey. Rick and I first got together with the community needs study back in 1986, 87, when we were visioning what can the community do. Yes, when you were in grade school. and we worked together on what was called the Low-Income Housing Network of Greater Manchester. And with that, the parallel track of building the capacity of the landlord community, as Rick was working with, to be engaged and responsive to take their appropriate steps to success, but also taking a chance and working with the folks that we were serving, and the kind of tools and the education and the steps to success and the leadership development, which is only in the recent years, Rick, of my getting to know you again now, in seeing how much that teaching and building of leadership skills is naturally built in to your DNA and the work that you do with Primerica. It's like huge. It's like, so we keep saying, you know, this building this a community resource is needed if you can't pay your own way 100%. And it's often needed if you also need that sense of encouragement and support, even if you've got the bucks. But on the other hand, when you're dealing with the balance of the property owners and development of housing, tenants would have no place to live if we didn't have this happening, Rick. And yet, the tenants also have something value to offer, because if they don't pay the rent, the mortgage doesn't get paid, and it's a ripple effect. So each one is offering something to the other one and building that sense of working together and filling in the gap with the community resource. And that's how we got connected in some co-teaching, and Diane was a key part of that, and working through ups and downs of the housing cycle and the economic cycle here. So it was critical to recognize you.
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks.
Few words, or?
Hey everybody. Hey, I'm really glad to accept this. But our board of directors did an awesome job. If you could give them all a big round of applause. We got a great team there. The staff is just amazing here. The things they deal every day. You know, I get the privilege of coming in here, and you know, a few weeks ago there was a young couple here, new baby, talking to them, and you know, this your first child? No, they have four. And you know, they had an issue where they're going to be losing their apartment, going from $900 a month to $1,200 a month. It's a $300 increase, but the apartment they had is probably a $1,500 a month apartment. So it's not like they were being gouged, but cost of living, everything's going up. And without the way home, they had nobody else to turn to. You know, our housing councils will roll their sleeves up. They'll work with them. They'll call 50 landlords up. They'll call other agencies up. They're going to find some way of finding a home for our clients. And to me, that's a basic need. I grew up in the neighborhood. It's always been a poor neighborhood. You know, we've all been there. You know, most people, you know, all our housing counselors pretty much came from the same background. And so we all know what it's like, and we want to make a difference, and basically that's what the Way Home's done. So thanks, Mary, for all you've done for the past 31 years now, coming up, and your whole staff. Thank you.
So I'm actually hijacking the microphone. So we have an additional award today. Mary Sliney, you've served the Way Home in this community well over 31 years. I know that when you and Michaela were living over in Rockrimmon, reaching out to the at-risk families, doing everything that you could do to make this community a better place, we knew that this year we really have two community heroes. Rick is a pillar in our community to move us forward, but we cannot move forward without recognizing where we've been. And the staff and the board want to honor you and all the work that you've done over the past many, many moons as a community hero, Mary Sliney.
Well deserved. Good photo op.
Photo op time.
Thank you. Back to you, Mary, superstar.
Manchester captured my heart a long time ago. And thank you. Thank you to everyone for the opportunity of being of service here.
Thank you, Mary. All right. So, without further ado, I would like to bring up Cindy Bringhurst. She is, oh my goodness, you're in charge of so much. Supportive housing manager, transitional living, occasionally landlord relations, everything that needs to be filled in, Cindy really does take care of. But I'd like to start our graduation of our clients.
What a beautiful day. Thank you all for coming out today to celebrate. Closer? Oh, this is better. Thank you all for coming out to celebrate this very, very special day. Um, it, it was a lot of hard work for the graduates, but you know, with determination and a lot of support. They saw it through, and I appreciate you all coming out today to be a part of it. Um, Congratulations, graduates of 2019. There's a famous quote by Gandhi that states, "You need to be the change that you wish to see in the world. It is how and what affects that change that I've always found interesting." Another wise person, Mary Sliney, summed up an even more vital component to being prepared to contribute. In order to help others, you must first be willing to learn from them. When we are poised to help, we often do not take into consideration that there is much to learn from the person and situation that we encounter. I believe a combination of these two statements ultimately says it best. To be the change we wish to see in the world, we must be willing to learn. When we are open to learn about people, we change and become better people. This year, our transitional housing program encountered some unique challenges. However, it was our community's willingness to learn that made all the difference. While we are proud to be diverse and to celebrate the diversity of the City of Manchester and our program, diversity has the tendency to pose some interesting hurdles. Language, culture, mores, religion, all are important aspects to personhood which differ from neighborhood to neighborhood and ultimately country to country. This year within our transitional housing program, we had a few families that are with us that are from different countries. These same three families are just learning English. Despite their newness to the English language, they have courageously and generously shared their different customs, recipes, holidays, and language with their neighbors. We all learned a lot. Everyone was always welcoming, and all of the families continue to impress me with their willingness to be open and willingness to learn about one another. At some point during the process of sharing, we all learned that we have a lot in common. We are all concerned about providing a safe and secure home for our children. We all have the desire and a need to grow into the productive role which we are meant to fill in society, and we have all experienced many hardships. These hardships did not diminish the need in any of the graduates to overcome and succeed. It was a journey for all and a pleasure for me to observe all of the families in the program grow, learn, and support one another regardless of differences in culture, religion, and privilege. All of the graduates have done exemplary work with respect to their housing stability goals. However, they each brought with them gifts that proved to be great assets to their program development and success. As a group, every participant that is graduating today proved to be open and willing to participate in every aspect of their programming. In addition to that, they consistently went over and above in their efforts to meet expectations and be good neighbors. Carrie Lynn, where is she right now? Hi, Carrie Lynn. You are an amazing lady. You and your kids are a light to all those you meet. I love being greeted by sweet Ephraim in the window. This morning it was Marjorie, Marjorie and Ephraim when I come into work. And I love the hugs that I get whenever I see the kids. It's very uplifting. You've had some complicated and amazingly difficult trials. However, your faith, determination, and fiercely determined spirit helped you through all of these circumstances. You're also an unbelievably patient and kind woman who I believe deserves a great deal of respect. Parenting 6 children must be a daunting feat. However, you seem to accomplish this with the same kindness, patience, and determination that you utilize for all you need to accomplish. In addition to managing a very large family, you've also come alongside other moms who are in our transitional housing program to provide emotional support and guidance. With all that you have on your plate, you're always willing and ready to give those who you see that need help. Thank you and congratulations. You've been a blessing to this program and an inspiration to others. Carrie Lynn, could you come up? Sabrienne and Ahmed. It was a pleasure to get to know you all. You are all excellent examples of what it means to be a good neighbor. You are always willing to help others, and you've always been a support to anyone that had a need. You did this even though you had a lot that you were also working to accomplish. You were all very eager and willing to share your culture with the community at 214 Spruce, and we have all benefited. Your children share your views with regards to hospitality, generosity, and willingness to teach. I enjoyed learning some Arabic and having your children correct my pronunciation with gleeful, very gleeful giggles, of course, and teach me the Arabic alphabet. Thank you for being willing to teach us about the beliefs and customs that are important to you. Congratulations and best wishes for you and the children. And last but not least, Kelsey, there you are. If I were to choose an example of the perfect participant of our transitional housing program, it would be you. You consistently met all expectations, were always on top of everything that was needed. Whenever I was alerted that I may need to follow up with you on something that was due, you'd show up before I could even make the call. There were many circumstances that came your way that could have created some difficulty for you. However, you dealt with each one with a grace and diplomacy that is admirable. You're a great mom, and just as you are attentive with all the expectations in your program, you're also an attentive and kind mom. All of the staff absolutely loved to see you come downstairs into the office area with your big smile and positive attitude. Great job, Kelsey. It has been a pleasure to work with you. Again, congratulations, and I'd like to encourage you all to continue to be open to learn, get to know your neighbors, and be open for the positive changes that will come your way as a result. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the graduates. We have one of our board members and some staff working on cutting some cake, so please enjoy some fantastic cake. And if we could have everybody that received an award, we can do a few more photos while the mayor is still here. Have some more food, have some more drinks, because why not, right? Thank you, everybody, for coming. We really appreciate all the support of the Greater Manchester community and all the leaders, especially our board of directors, to provide us the vision that we need as we move forward over the next 30 years. And I think we have actually a pretty solid attendance of our board right here, including clients that we serve that actually serve on our board. So thank you so much for coming out today. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.